Hello, hello. All right, I am going to jump on and talk a little bit about something that gets me super excited. The science of Monat and what it actually does to your hair, you guys, because Monat is so different. It is so different from other product lines that it needs to be understood. People need to know what it's doing and why it's working. Because listen, it has doubled the amount of hair that I have on my head. And I'm not saying that I was a chia pet and all of a sudden I grew a bunch of hair. My hair used to be thicker when I was younger. As I got older, as I had children, as hormones changed, my hair got thinner. And no matter what I used, it never really came back. So I had access to everything being a hairstylist. So it wasn't until I started using Monat that I really noticed a huge difference. And I increased the density of my hair double. So why did this happen? Okay, I'm not a trichologist, but I do have a business partner that's a trichologist. She could probably get on here and explain this a little better than I can, but I've got lots of notes and I really want to share this because it's quite fascinating. I also want to share that a lot of this came from a training that we did the other night from Jessica Shoney. So thank you, Jessica. It really helped explain so many things to me, and I'm super excited to share it. So one thing that I want to point out is Monat has 4 different, very unique ingredients that are not in any other products, okay? The first one is our Rejuvenate oil, and that is dispersed into the majority of all of our products. The second is Capixul, and that is a red clover extract, so it's natural. So companies like Rogaine and anything that uses minoxidil is going to have chemicals that they use that they put on the scalp. It goes into the blood flow, into your bloodstream. We don't have chemicals. We don't have any harsh ingredients. Capixul is from red clover extract. It's a topical. It's very gentle. We do not use any chemicals in our products. So the Capixul is amazing because it helps to lower scalp inflammation and it helps to lower the overproduction of DHT, which is testosterone, which leads to hair loss. Okay, so we've got the Rejuvenate oil and the Capixul. We also have what's called Procataline. This is a pea extract, and this is a super antioxidant to the hair. It helps prevent DNA damage. It helps protect the structure of the hair from oxidative stress. We also have Crotasorb. That is like sunscreen for your hair. It's really going to help protect your hair from UVB damage. So now that you know those are our 4 ingredients that are completely unique to Monat, I want to let you know that one of the trichologists on our board, specifically for Monat, Dr. Antonella Tosti, took our products to the World Congress of Hair in Barcelona, okay, because she was so amazed by how well these products work. She took it to which is like the Hair Olympics, right? It's like the biggest, best products. They do clinical studies and clinical tests, and they have to be proven. So she took Monat to the World Congress of Hair, and you know what? It was celebrated, and I'm so happy it was, because wait till you see how different what this does. Wait till you see how different these ingredients work in the hair and why they work. Okay, so I want to first explain a little bit about the hair follicle and the hair shaft. I think this will explain that. So underneath the skin, this is called the hair's follicle. This is living. This is attached to a blood flow, okay? This is all the nutrients that is given to help your hair grow. Anything outside of the skin is your hair shaft or your cuticle, okay? So everything, the blood supply goes into the follicle that makes your hair grow, and then the actual shaft of your hair has 3 different layers. It's got the center, which is the medulla, the cortex, and the cuticle of the hair. I'll tell you why this comes in handy, or what Monat does to that, in a second. But what's really interesting about this is, okay, so if you can see this graph a little bit, I'll back it up a little. There are 3 stages of hair growth. The first is anagen, and that is your growth phase. That is when your hair is growing. That's our favorite phase, right? We want our hair to be growing. The second phase is catagen, and that is when the follicle separates from the blood flow and it's just in a resting phase. And then telogen is when the hair actually falls out. Okay, so that's your shedding stage. So those are the 3 stages of hair growth for your hair always, okay? Monat targets the anagen phase, the growing phase, and it keeps it in the anagen phase longer. So when you first start using Monat, you will notice that you might go through a period of shedding. And this is why. And you have to know that that shedding is a very normal, healthy cycle. But the reason that you're gonna see a little bit more hair shedding at first is because of the capixyl. It is lowering the scalp inflammation, okay? And it's removing all of the buildup on your scalp. So when your hair is in that catagen phase, when it separates from the blood flow, it can't fall out all the time. So what it does is when it has buildup and your scalp is inflamed, it creates a false sense of thickness. But your hair doesn't look good, right? It's dead, it's dying, it's lackluster. That hair that has already separated from the blood flow and is going into the telogen phase, it can't release because of your inflammation and because of the products that you're using. So you're stuck in this phase of not having good hair, and you could be stuck in it for very long. So Monat goes in, lowers the scalp inflammation, cleans all the buildup off of your scalp. You then shed that hair, and then new healthy hair can push through, right? And so that is a lot of reason why you see a lot of people that use Monat, they go through a change. They go through a transition, and their hair gets better and better and better. So this is what happens once you've been using the products a while and you're out of that phase. Your hair's starting to grow, it's starting to look good. Okay, so then this is what happens, and this is what's really, really cool. When your hair goes to go into the catagen phase, it detaches from the blood flow. The Rejuvenique oil acts as a bonder, you guys. It acts like a glue. It goes in, it fills in that spot, it contracts the erector pili muscle, it reattaches it to the blood flow, and it brings it back to life and puts it back in the anagen phase. Isn't that crazy? So it keeps the hair in that anagen, in that growth phase, you guys. It keeps it healthy. It also has all of those other ingredients that help keep the hair on your head and keep it growing. Now let's take a look at what it does to the actual hair shaft. So now we've got the growth, we're in the anagen phase. Now we've got the hair shaft. Clinically proven, Monat is the only oil, the Rejuvenique oil, that gets into all 3 layers of the hair, you guys. All 3 layers. So not only is it improving the follicle, the blood flow, it is getting into your hair strands, okay? And it has the unique ability to penetrate every single layer of the shaft. And because of this, our formula is able to deliver nutrients into the core of the hair. So it helps make it healthy from the inside out. You guys, I don't understand why not every, I guess we have proprietary ingredients and not every company can copy us, but this is what makes us so different. This is what makes us the best. And I think it's pretty fascinating. I think I went over everything. But isn't that so exciting, you guys? This is why Monat works. This is what makes us different. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to message me. I'm going to go ahead and make this a IGTV so that you guys can share it. And thanks for listening.